Arthritis affects an estimated 300 million people worldwide each year, according to the World Health Organization. It's an umbrella term for joint inflammation, leading to pain, stiffness, and restricted movement in the affected areas. While it can affect people of all ages, from children to seniors, it's more prevalent in women. Studies show that certain dietary choices can worsen arthritis symptoms and trigger severe joint pain. So, in this video, let's learn about 7 types of foods that could be problematic for those living with arthritis. We'll also learn about healthier alternatives, and to keep things interesting, a surprising truth about a specific food item at the end. Number 1. Sugar. Sugary foods and drinks, especially sodas and sweetened fruit juices, pack a double punch: high sugar content and artificial sweeteners. A 2017 study showed that diets high in added sugar can increase the risk of developing osteoarthritis by a whopping 63%. Similarly, a 2014 study linked added sugars to a 21% higher risk of rheumatoid arthritis in women, and if you already have arthritis, eating too many sugary foods and drinks can potentially make your arthritis symptoms worse. Studies show that people with osteoarthritis who had insulin resistance also experienced greater joint pain and stiffness. Most likely, this is because consistently, high blood sugar triggers the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines, the very molecules that can cause joint pain and swelling. Additionally, high sugar intake also triggers the formation of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which accumulate in joint tissues, stiffening collagen and hindering joint function. Even some dairy products that are considered healthy, particularly sweetened yogurts and milk, can be problematic, especially for those with dairy sensitivity linked to arthritis. So if you have rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis, you should consider opting for plain yogurt with fresh fruits or unsweetened milk alternatives like almond or oat milk. The good news? You can combat arthritis by making smart dietary choices. Choose fiber-rich options like whole grains and vegetables to regulate blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Read food labels carefully and avoid hidden sugars lurking in processed snacks and condiments. Number 2. Saturated fats. These fats, often found in red meat and processed foods, can trigger inflammation and can cause or worsen arthritis symptoms. In fact, a 2017 study published in Arthritis and Rheumatology found that women with rheumatoid arthritis who consumed the highest amount of saturated fat had a 54% increased risk of experiencing flares compared to those with the lowest intake. One 2019 study reported that high saturated fat intake was associated with a 27% greater risk of developing knee osteoarthritis. Saturated fats trigger the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines, molecules that can magnify joint pain and swelling in individuals with arthritis. Plus, saturated fats can also contribute to weight gain. Excess weight puts extra strain on joints, potentially worsening arthritis symptoms. So it's best to limit processed meats like sausages, bacon, and deli products, which are often high in saturated fat and additives that can further increase inflammation. Choose lean cuts of meat and trim visible fats to limit saturated fat intake. Opt for fish, nuts, and seeds, which contain healthier kinds of fats and possess anti-inflammatory properties. Number 3. Processed and refined foods. According to studies, a staggering 82% of adults consume ultra-processed foods, with sugary snacks, fast foods, and ready-made meals dominating a significant portion of diets. These seemingly convenient options often have unhealthy fats, refined sugars, and additives, all of which contribute to chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout the body. Refined foods are quickly digested by our body, and being devoid of essential nutrients can cause spikes in inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. And according to a 2018 study, high CRP levels were associated with worse pain and stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis. A 2020 study reported that individuals with rheumatoid arthritis who consumed the highest amount of processed foods experienced a 48% increase in disease activity compared to those who consumed the least. But the damage goes beyond inflammation. The lack of key nutrients in processed foods, like vitamin C, calcium, and magnesium, which are crucial for joint health and repair, can further compromise your body's ability to manage arthritis. In fact, A 2019 study reported that low dietary intake of vitamin C was associated with a higher risk of developing knee osteoarthritis. To prevent these risks, go for whole foods like fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean protein sources, and healthy fats from fish, nuts, and seeds. These nutrient-dense options provide the building blocks your body needs to combat inflammation, repair joints, and promote overall well-being. Number 4. Alcohol. It has been estimated that around 2 billion people worldwide consume alcohol. Alcohol acts as a pro-inflammatory agent and can potentially worsen arthritis symptoms. Even short-term indulgence can trigger joint pain and stiffness. Alcohol acts as a diuretic, dehydrating the body and depriving joints of crucial lubrication. This can amplify existing discomfort and lead to muscle cramps around joints. Moreover, excessive alcohol consumption is a major risk factor for gout. This type of arthritis often shows up with excruciating joint pain caused by uric acid crystal deposits. And alcohol can make it even worse as it affects the liver's ability to metabolize uric acid. In fact, a 2018 study in the American Journal of Medicine reported that men who consumed the most alcohol had a 54% higher risk of developing gout compared to those who drank the least. The World Health Organization recommends no more than 1 standard drink per day for women and 2 drinks per day for men. Number 5. Fried foods. Deep frying at high temperatures produces advanced glycation end products. These nasty compounds can trigger inflammation throughout your body, including your joints. In fact, a 2019 study shows that people with rheumatoid arthritis who ate diets high in ages experienced 22% more joint pain and 30% more stiffness compared to those who ate fewer. Another thing is that frequently eating fried food often leads to weight gain, which puts extra pressure on your joints, amplifying pain and discomfort. And according to a 2017 study, people with knee osteoarthritis who were overweight or obese had double the pain and 30% more difficulty with daily activities than those with normal weight. Opt for healthier cooking methods like baking, grilling, or steaming. Swap fried chicken for baked fish or plant-based alternatives like tofu or lentils. Studies show that omega-3 fatty acids found in fish and certain nuts have anti-inflammatory properties. In fact, a 2018 study shows that people with rheumatoid arthritis who consumed more omega-3 fatty acids experienced a 20% reduction in disease activity and a 15% reduction in pain. So you can imagine how effective these can be. Number 6. Salt. High salt intake triggers fluid retention in the body. This extra fluid can accumulate in the joints, leading to swelling and exacerbating existing arthritis symptoms. A 2016 study in the journal Rheumatology found that people with knee osteoarthritis who consumed the highest amount of sodium experienced a 26% increase in knee circumference compared to those with the lowest intake. And a 2018 study shows that women with the highest salt intake had a 56% higher risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis compared to those with the lowest intake. Aim for around 1,500 milligrams of salt per day, as recommended by the American Heart Association, and maybe even less than that if your doctor says so. Number 7. Nightshade vegetables. Now that's what very few people know about. Nightshade vegetables like tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, and eggplants are a staple in many diets. But for those living with arthritis, they raise a question mark. These vegetables contain compounds called solanine and lectins, and some theories suggest they may play a role in inflammation and arthritis symptoms. Lectins, naturally occurring proteins in nightshades, have been linked to potential inflammatory responses. Some studies suggest they might contribute to a leaky gut, where the intestinal lining becomes more permeable, allowing undigested food particles into the bloodstream. This can trigger an immune response, potentially worsening the symptoms of arthritis. However, the evidence is mixed, and research on the specific effects of lectins on arthritis is still ongoing. Eventually, the effect of nightshades on individual arthritis experiences varies greatly. Some people report symptom relief when they eliminate nightshades from their diet, while others notice no change. So if you have arthritis, probably the best you can do is pay close attention to how your body reacts after consuming them. If you experience any negative effects, such as increased pain or inflammation, it may be wise to reduce or eliminate them from your diet. However, consult your doctor or a registered dietitian before making significant dietary changes to ensure you're meeting your nutritional needs. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to support our mission to help improve your health. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.